Woo-wee. Okay, coming in hot. Not sure what it's going to look like, but coming in hot. Woo, that's looking fly. Hi, everybody. Pardon the craziness on the screen. I have a few things that are moved around a little crazy, but not for long. Black column bottom. Just stand by here for 1 second. Don't know what that's there for. Just got to do little adjustments here on screen. Thanks for joining me. Oh my gosh. I have been working with trying to figure out how to get the sound to play through this. Let me just finish this. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it very much. 25 people. There are a lot of streams happening right now. I encourage you to pull up a second stream in case mine goes down. No guarantees. Please and thank you. Let's see. If you check the description of the video, there are a couple different other places just in case. Okay, browser sources right there. Locked into place. Black column. Oh, hi. There I am. Okay, so I just need to get that column. Oops, no. Come back. Height. I need it to be 800. Height is 800. I need the width to be 400. Yeah, perfection. Thought I'd have all these kinks worked out, but I just didn't get it all worked out. So I apologize. I really have to pee, but I'm not going to take time because I don't want to take lunch and, you know, then we're SOL. Okay. 2000 height. Oh, I see. I duplicated the object. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. All right. Hi, Tamar. Oh my gosh, shout out to you. By the way, my roommate is from the Czech Republic, and he's from Ústí-nad-Labem. Does that sound familiar? Thank you so much for telling me about this. We are not far away from this landing event, so just stay tuned with me here, please, and thank you. I think I got the audio worked out. I'm really tired. I might not make sense today, so please forgive me. But you guys are kind of used to that, you know how it works. Okay, upper left. No, we don't want to chat there. Learning on the fly. It's all about learning on the fly, right? Okay, upper right webcam. Where are you at? Aha. Yeah, go under there. Yeah, go under there. Browser source. We're going to go behind everything. We're going to get this one day. One day. It will never be perfect, though. Okay, so we've got the chat box. We've got Mars thingy. We've got... Let's throw up some social links up there. Hey, because why not? Nope, they didn't show up yet. And then I'll get my face back up there very shortly. Where's my face at? Where my face at? From the front to back. Da-na-na-na-na. Go one hand up. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay, so the chat box is there. Lock that into place. You guys like all the behind the scenes? It's like you're in the action, even though you can't see my face right now. Okay, goal. We've got Bernie. He's on hand. Okay. Desktop capture. Upper right cam. Where's my webcam? There it is. Oh my goodness. I think I almost figured it out. Hi. Oh my gosh. This is craziness. Okay, browser source. We're gonna put that bad boy behind. Yeah. Okay, the black column. That needs to go up. Oh my gosh, it's actually working. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. It has been a wild 48 hours. I'm so exhausted, but we are here for a very exciting event, that of which I don't really have that much knowledge on. I'm going to be honest. I am wearing a NASA shirt. This is the OG space shirt. that I owned before I was able to purchase a few SpaceX shirts. So this is a celebratory event. There we go. You guys know what to do. Get in the chat. I appreciate you all. So if all goes as planned, audio is going to play through that browser. We're going to hear it, and it's not going to go like it was earlier. Oh, that's my space heater kicking on. Oh my gosh. And yeah, it's going to be great. And we're all going to love it so much. And yeah, no, oh, thanks. No guarantees, though, that this is all going to go as planned, because it was making some pretty crazy sounds earlier. And if it does, shut me off immediately, okay? This is all, yeah, this is, yeah. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, you guys are all the test subjects. There's just not enough hours in the day to learn all of this stuff. But shout out to my friend Tyler, who worked with me for about an hour and a half last night on how to get this audio working. One day. Oh my gosh, social links. Hey, social links. Okay, then I should move the tip jar, right? So it's not over my face. Oh my gosh. This might actually work. Maybe. I am a little nervous, though, because it was making a really loud noise earlier, and I didn't know how to turn it off. I feel like I should end a stream and try. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. I know that's not centered and is driving me nuts. I'm sure you guys don't really care, though, right? I would put Birdie in there, but I don't want to offend anybody who's maybe new to the stream. You know, politics, smart. Hi, Stella. Oh, she jumped up here because of these. That's so funny. Meow, meow. 37 people watching. Wow. I'm losing my voice. That's my tired. I've got my tired voice on. Yay. Super chat, Ali. Wow, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Watch it drop into the bucket. Okay. So. How am I going to do this? I want to make sure that there's audio coming through the browser. But if there's not, oh, I have an idea, everybody. Like the backup that I usually have. Oh, the TV. Here we go. She likes to chew them. Tamara, I know you love this. Hi, FDS. Hello. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you guys hung out with me. There's 37 people here. Ignore my tired. I'm so tired. Not complaining. Not here to complain. Okay, so the explanation of the lights today is there's red because there's red in the NASA logo. There's blue because there's blue in the NASA logo. And then Stella's white, so that is for that. Anyways, it's really hard for me to put the NASA shirt back on after I've been wearing all those SpaceX shirts, to be honest. I clearly have a new connection. My heart is connected to SpaceX so much more than it is to NASA. Oh, there it goes. Get him, Stella. Get him. It's so funny. She just stares at him. She's... Oh, hey-oh. 11 minutes, you guys. 11 minutes. And we are going to watch a crazy thing. Tamar had me watch it in the stream the other day. She wanted to see my reaction. It's going to be nuts. And I'm hoping. Oh, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Oh, I got distracted. Get it, Stella. Oh my gosh, you actually got it off my head. Like with her rabbit hands. Good girl. Yeah, now you have my permission to eat those all you want. You got them off my head. Good job, kitty. Well done. It's like a Stella super chat. Perseverance Rover. Okay, so this thing has traveled for 6 months. 6 months, which is a normal length of time to get to Mars. But 6 months. And there's no ability for NASA to help it at this stage, so they're just, it's pre-programmed, I believe, and they're just, you know, crossing their fingers that everything goes as planned. I want to make sure that I have a stream that is not copyrighted. NASA read their media policies. I can use it as long as it's for educational purposes. This is education right here, right, everybody? There we go. Okay. All right. So what I really should be testing here is my Streamlabs OBS capture, because that's what the issue is. So stand by while I stare at my screen like an idiot for a second. Sound good, everybody? Okay, cool. And with my face. Yeah, in and out. I've got an in and out just like across the street. You guys hear I'm losing my voice. Happens when I'm really tired. 9 minutes and 6 seconds. Holy guacamole, Batman. 11 minutes of the speed of light. That's nuts. You guys are awesome. I will be addressing you in the chat here shortly. Just want to make sure everything goes as smoothly as I possibly can have it go. Device will be I show you audio catcher. Yeah, I think that's it. Just triple checking. Good evening, Alan. Hi. Triple checking all my audio sources. Up. Okay, if anybody has headphones on, can you please turn them down very, very low just for like 30 seconds, please? And thank you. Ready? Here we go. Did that work? Are we good? You guys hear me? No death metal screaming or anything? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. You can turn it back up. Thank you. Ali, my channel is monetized. Yes. Depending on the video, it's up to YouTube, you know? Your super chats are so helpful. I appreciate that so much. Please don't feel obligated to send them over, but I really, really do. Every penny helps. I live cash only. All right, we are coming in hot, literally and figuratively, on this landing, but also my space heater is like, my butt is on fire. All right, Stella, I want those back. They do have metal though, so if they fly off my head and hit my computer screen and crack it, I'm not gonna be very happy. Actually, that would make me very sad. So continue on, Stella. Wait, one last pom-pom shake. Shake that pom-pom shake. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to double check this. Audio input capture is a go. My microphone is working. You guys can hear me, right? Is my connectivity okay? I know you guys, some of you have been here with me since I didn't even know how to plug my headphones in. I didn't even have a microphone at that point. Oh, you have to go non-fan, man. Well, there's going to be 100,000 replays. There's so many people streaming this right now. If you check the description of this video, you will be able to see links directly to who else is streaming it. I've listed out the people that I would watch. One was recommended to me today on Twitter as I was compiling a list. Cosmos Sapiens, I believe. But they have over 1 million subscribers, so I'm sure their content is really good. Plus, they have like 3 different live streams. So I encourage you, like I said, to pull up another stream. I don't want you guys to miss this. And if for some reason my stream goes down, I don't have 100% confidence in it. And I'm just going to be honest, okay? So if you have the ability to pull up a second stream, go to the description of this video, or NASA is streaming. NASA Spaceflight, Everyday Astronaut, Cosmos Sapiens. What about it? Felix. And who else is there? Oh yeah, me. That too. Yes, I just want to make sure that no one misses that. I would feel horrible. Oh my gosh. Safe. This is coming in hot right before it's gonna do its thing. And this is nuts. If you guys enjoy this stream, if you're new, welcome. Hi, I'm Jessica Kirsh. Welcome to the chat. I gave some chat prompt suggestions if you aren't sure what to say. I would love if you jumped in the chat and said, hello. There's listed out things where you're coming in from, the temperature, just, some fun little jib jabs. And I need to lock that into place. I'm so nervous that the audio is not going to play, but that's okay. I've got backup. It's going to be great, right, everybody? It's going to be great. This is one of those moments where I just have to have faith that it's going to work. I'm going to be honest. I think I said it earlier. It was hard for me to put on this shirt. That's why you see my SpaceX shirt in the background on my guitar. That's what I was originally going to wear. Because I never had the love for NASA that I have for SpaceX. So I feel like I'm kind of a traitor, but this shirt is insanely comfortable. It's from Target, the men's section. And I love it. Oh, you don't have school today because you have a chance of what happened in Texas. Oh, no. Where are you based, Shark? Miguel, love the emojis. Caribou. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Oh, Aaron, you're awesome. What's up? Around on a bike. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, there's totally people out there as nerdy as you are. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I haven't curled my hair. I put a little mascara on. I'm trying to be a little more put together. Oh. I'm so sorry, everybody. No sound? Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Raquel Villanueva. In the past, mission team members gathered in our mission control for landings. But this time around, we have COVID safety measures in place. Today's landing will look a little different than what you've seen before. I am in a room by myself, and so is my co-host. Muted? Here in the spaceflight operations facility, I know, guys. I know. I told you. Can you hear the sound through NASA? Anybody? You can hear me, but can you hear NASA? We also have isolated rooms for our guests on the show. In total, it's very quiet. Oh, I know why. Cameras that you will be seeing. I'm coming back up. One of those locations is the dark room.
the heart of NASA's Deep Space Network.
Can you hear?
Think of it as a giant communication switchboard. This is where
It
spacecraft
has.
phone home to
This
us
is like a.
from across the solar
Let's
system
try
and
this.
interstellar space. The Deep Space Network has been tracking Perseverance
Does that
since
help?
it left Earth. And
Oh my gosh,
there are
I'm
lots
so
of
sorry.
ways you can watch landing today.
I love all
We
your
have a
eardrums.
360-degree camera
Loud.
inside the control room.
Oh, it's too loud.
It lets you experience the landing right along with the team while seeing
Okay.
this broadcast. We also have the clean
How's
feed.
that?
It shows an uninterrupted view of mission
Too
control
loud.
and audio. También tenemos un programa en español. To tell us about it is
Too
host
loud.
Diana
Okay.
Trujillo, who also works on the mission.
This is funny. This is like so great.
Thank you, Raquel. We're so excited to be the sister live broadcast in Spanish. Sintonízate nuestro programa en las redes sociales de Twitter, YouTube y Facebook en la NASA en español para que nos acompañes a un tour virtual de la NASA con entrevistas con astronautas, con participación de artistas, con entrevistas con científicos e ingenieros de Perseverance, con Plaza Sésamo y mucho más. Te esperamos.
Gracias, Diana. And don't forget, we want to see how you are watching the landing today. Use the hashtag Countdown to Mars to send us your photos and videos. To preview what interviews are coming up is my co-host from the JPL News office, Marina Jurica.
So much stress.
Thanks so much, Raquel. The excitement is building behind me right here in
Building.
Mission Control as we count down to the Perseverance landing. We will be talking to some of the many people who made today possible, from scientists to engineers on the Mars 2020 Perseverance rover team to folks from NASA headquarters.
Oh, this
giving
girl
us a
sounds
look
so
into
fake.
The future
Oh,
of Mars
cringy, but that's
exploration.
okay.
A little later, we will also be speaking with the students who named
The
the
students?
rover and the helicopter.
I don't mean. Sorry.
Inspirational stories as we prepare for another landing
That's-
on the red planet. Back to you, Raquel.
That's why I like SpaceX.
Thanks,
'Cause it's
Marina.
genuine.
Let's give a shout out to the students around the nation learning about Perseverance's mission to Mars with their teachers. We're happy you're with us on this exciting day. Later in the show,
watch it.
we will be answering some of the questions you submitted through your classrooms. Landing on Mars is complex. The team will be calling out milestones as they happen. It's fast-paced, and you'll hear lots of technical terms. To help us translate and explain what is going on in Mission Control is Swati Mohan. She is part of Perseverance's landing team. Thanks for guiding us through landing today, Swati.
Hi, Raquel. I'm happy to be here today.
So, Swati, what is the status of the Perseverance rover right
Where's
now?
audio
So
coming from?
Perseverance is still in space right now, about 9,000 miles from Mars. So far, she is healthy and on course.
And it takes time to send signals between Earth and Mars. Can you let us know how that affects the information you are seeing?
So
I'm
Mars
so
is
glad
about
to be here.
127
I'm just,
million miles from Earth right now. That means it takes about 11 minutes from light to travel from Mars to Earth. So all the information that
February
we
18th at
receive
12:15
from
p.m.
actually happened
Waiting on
11
NASA.
months ago. So the round trip is 22 minutes for us to send a command to Perseverance and hear back
Percy.
that she's received that command. This is what we call two-way light time.
I may have overpromised to new watchers in the description.
Is in the room with you right now?
The operations team is split into two different areas. Here in the
It's frozen.
mission support area, we have primarily the team that has been
Wah, 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 wah.
to Mars.
It's okay.
See the
We will figure it out.
the roles of each of the people by
is it
their
frozen?
stations.
Why is it
Some
frozen?
of the people you may hear talk
Whoa, now we've got multiple. Oh, sweet.
is the conductor of our operations orchestra.
Ah, this is so great. I love when it works like this.
Understanding the execution of entry, descent, and landing. And then also the telecommunications.
I'm just smiling really big because I don't know what else to do with my face. Okay, let's
Will be monitoring the
get this box working, shall we? Okay, where's my browser source? Right there.
what we call the
Yeah, come on.
will be monitoring the signal from Perseverance through the different apps that we have. Upstairs in what we call
Okay.
almost the entire entry, descent, and landing. Plus the haul from them.
This is why I have a deposit on Starlink.
Where the surface operations team is ready.
Yeah, I know.
To take over as soon as
Thank you,
Perseverance
Nonstick, for reminding me about how crappy my internet is.
You have
I
been
appreciate the
part of
reminder.
this mission for years now.
Thank you, Philip Emanuele. Hi, thanks for the
I've
super
been
chat.
on Perseverance for almost 8 years now.
People have told. Oh,
Navigation and control engineer, working primarily on entry
Oh,
descent
okay,
landing.
she's talking.
One of my big tasks was to help with terrain relative navigation. Perseverance will be the first mission to fly terrain relative navigation. So while she is descending on the parachute, she'll actually be looking at the ground with a camera, seeing where she is with respect to the Martian surface, and choosing a safe spot to land that she can get to. After so many years of working on the mission, it's an honor to be here today as the mission commentator.
We're happy to have you here. Thanks, Swati. We'll be checking back in with you in just a few minutes as Perseverance approaches its next milestone. But for now, let's learn more about the rover's mission once it lands on Mars.
You know, Mars is the closest place that we can reach with robotic exploration that we think had a really good chance of having ancient life.
The Perseverance rover will land at a location called Jezero Crater. Jezero Crater is a very interesting place.
this is
It's
gonna
a
be
crater
backwards.
that once held a lake.
There are a lot of craters on the surface of Mars that lake was there.
It had an inflow channel and it had an outflow channel. That means it was filled. The crater was filled with water.
In Jezero, we have probably
Thank you,
one of
Shark.
the most beautifully preserved delta deposits on Mars in that crater.
This is a wonderful place to live for microorganisms, and it is also a wonderful place for those microorganisms to be preserved so that we can find them now so many billions of years later.
There is no other place on Mars that has the unique combination of a lake setting, a beautifully preserved delta, and the diverse mineralogy that we have in Jezero Crater. So it's truly a special landing site.
The major goal of the Perseverance mission is to investigate astrobiology on Mars, and in particular, to address the question of whether life ever existed on Mars. The Perseverance rover starts with a design that's very similar to Curiosity. We've added to it a whole new set of science instruments, and these science instruments were purposefully selected to help us in the search for biosignatures.
We're going to be taking microphones with us. For the first time, we're going to have that human sense on another planet.
Perseverance carries with her a grand experiment in spacefaring technology, a helicopter, the name of which is now Ingenuity.
One of the major upgrades that Perseverance has from Curiosity is that it's able to self-drive for a distance of up to 200 meters per day. As the rover is driving, it's literally building the map of the road it's driving on Mars.
Scientists for years have told us that to really unlock the secrets of Mars, we have to bring samples from Mars back to Earth.
So what Mars 2020 is going to do is to drill samples, put them in small tubes. We're going to seal it in its own individual tube. We set them on the surface to provide a target for the second two missions, which hopefully will get in development in the next several years and could potentially get the samples back to Earth by 2031.
Perseverance is a very, very profound first step in both our understanding of our place in the universe and a stepping stone towards human exploration on Mars.
You are watching live Mars landing commentary, and Perseverance is about to reach another important milestone. Swati, can you tell us what is happening?
Coming in hot.
We're at a milestone where the operations team determines whether they're ready to turn off the transmitter to Perseverance. Turning off the transmitter is like taking your hands off of the wheel. At this point forward, Perseverance would be on her own to execute entry, descent, and landing over 500,000 lines of code. Let's listen in.
Oh, the bit rate's too high. Okay. Let's try 20. Bit rate.
Off the transmitter to Perseverance. Turning off the transmitter is like taking your hands off of the wheel. At this point forward, Perseverance would be on her own to execute entry, descent, and landing over 500,000 lines of code. Let's listen in.
Go. Propulsion. Go.
Go.
Art lead. Go. Team chief. Go. Ace. Go.
Ah,
Launch cruise phase lead.
this is cool.
Go. Deputy mission. Go. EDL phase lead. Go. Mission assurance. Mission assurance is
Oh,
go.
it's getting real. Go.
Let's go. Project manager. Project go. Mission manager. All stations are go for transmitter off. Copy flight. Go for transmitter off.
Kindness is key. People are mean in the comments. That's all I'm saying. They're going to yell at me for talking right now on my own stream.
Thank you, Swati. As we just heard, Perseverance is now operating on its own as it
Wow!
cruises closer to Mars. To help explain what this mission means for the
I feel
agency is NASA's
She has pretty
Assistant
hair.
Administrator Thomas Zurbuchen. Thomas, this is our 5th rover sent to Mars since 1997. Can you tell us how Perseverance is going to kickstart a new era?
Kickstart or kick
Wow,
butt.
this is such an important day today, and it really is the beginning of a new era in a sense that we're going from exploration, with experiments on rovers, looking around, doing analysis, to sample return phase,
Hey,
in which
Croissant.
we're not only looking around, looking at the geology, but really turning our rover into a robotic geologist and astrobiologist, collecting samples that we will bring back to Earth. And for us, of course, those are where the best laboratories are of all of humanity. Some of them still remain to be explored by some that are not yet in the science community yet. And that's what we're looking forward to. It's that new phase. The other element that I want to talk about is the amazing technologies that are there. And of course, one of my favorites is the Ingenuity helicopter, this in search of this extraterrestrial Wright brothers moment, controlled flight for the first time elsewhere, Raquel.
Ooh.
Great. And we have a student question on video for you from Macy.
It's so scripted.
Hi, my name is Macy
Aw.
Rosedale. My question is anything alive on Mars? Thank you.
Aw.
Well, Macy, I'm so glad for your question. That's a question I ask myself. Is anything alive there? And frankly, at the surface where we're going right now with Perseverance, we do not believe there's anything alive right there because of the radiation that's there. It's chilling cold and there's really no water there. But guess what? We think that 3 billion years ago, this looked like a stream that you may see on Earth. And frankly, a lot more similar than Earth, with water with a magnetic field, just like the Earth with an atmosphere. And the question is, at that time, 3 billion years ago, were there single-cell organisms, just of the type that developed on Earth? So is there life on Mars overall? We don't know. But where we're going right now, we're really looking for ancient life, and that's what we're
When's
so
it gonna
excited
land?
about.
Thank you for your time today, Thomas. And thanks to everyone who has been using the hashtag Countdown to Mars. Here are some of the photos that
Oh,
you've
yeah.
sent
I
in
should
so far.
add that.
Let's take a look. Now, please keep sharing with us how you are watching this moment today.
I'm watching it in fear of my stream breaking the internet. No, I'm just kidding.
For now,
Breaking your
let's
ears.
go back to Swati for an important update.
Come on,
to what's
Elon. I
going
wish it
on
would
in mission control as we get closer to another milestone.
How far out are we?
This next milestone is a communications pole. So during landing, not only will Perseverance talk directly to Earth, but we'll also be talking to 2 spacecraft that are currently orbiting Mars, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and the MAVEN spacecraft. This poll is to confirm with the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter spacecraft and the MAVEN spacecraft teams that they are ready and on track to support the relay from Perseverance. Let's listen in.
What do you guys think about the mask that she's wearing as she talks to the camera? I think it's great protocol, but maybe they could have put a mic underneath it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. if you are new, this is a haphazard stream. Maybe you want to pull up a second one just in case this one goes crazy.
EDL comm flight. Go flight. Have you performed the comm check and readiness of the orbiters?
We have performed the voice check and the readiness poll and can confirm that MRO, MAVEN, EDA, Radio Science 1 and 2, UHF, DTE, DSN, and EDL GDS are all ready to support.
Woo! Whatever that means.
Copy EDL comm.
Go for landing. Oh, this is Max.
So we just heard that we have confirmation from each of the different orbiters and all of their support equipment on the ground that they are ready and are on track to support the relay from Perseverance.
Hi, Jonathan.
Great, thank you, Swati. And we just heard that communications readiness poll, which means we are ready to relay the data Perseverance will send to get a better idea of what the rover looks like as it approaches Mars. We have a NASA program called EYES. The visualization lets anyone watching track Perseverance. Here's how the program works.
Follow Perseverance on its journey to the surface of the red planet with
Sounds like
eyes on the solar system. From your desktop or mobile device, go to eyes.nasa.gov. Click on the banner, and now you're with Perseverance in real time.
I'm not going anywhere. You guys should do it.
Entry, descent, and
Hi.
This interactive entry, descent, and landing event precisely designed and executed to land Perseverance safely on Mars. The EYES experience is based on predictive data, but during this broadcast, you'll see a different visualization called Ranger, and
Testing.
on the real communication the team and
Testing,
mission control
testing.
receives from Perseverance in near real time. This is the visualization the team will follow as data fills their screens while monitoring the health of Perseverance on its nerve-wracking course to another successful Mars landing. Enjoy the ride.
Mars facts. It takes 11 minutes and 22 seconds for a signal from Mars to return back to Earth. Even though these signals travel at the speed of light, they have to travel about 127 million miles. That's 205 million kilometers. There you go.
are watching live Mars landing
Hi,
commentary.
Bobby.
Stepping outside mission control to talk to us is Perseverance system engineer Matt Smith. Thanks for joining us today, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Well, coming from mission control, we are going to hear terms related to landing. Can you help us understand what some of them mean?
Sure, definitely. One thing you'll hear a lot about is telemetry. So telemetry is just our way of talking about data that's coming from the spacecraft and telling us important things like temperatures on the vehicle, pressure, how much fuel we have left, and other things that we need to understand for the health and safety of the vehicle. You'll also hear the word nominal, hopefully. Nominal means everything is expected, everything is okay, we're good to go. You'll hear also a lot about velocity and deceleration. So velocity is just our speed combined with the direction we're going, and deceleration is our slowing velocity. So we're coming in at over 12,000 miles per hour, and we're going to slow down to a nice, comfortable 2 miles per hour at landing, and that's our deceleration. Speaking of landing, you may on the rover that measures the rover's orientation and whether it's moving. So we want a nice, stable landing spot without any motion. You'll also hear UHF stable, hopefully. UHF stable refers to good telecommunications link with the rover and indicates that we've had a good separation between the descent stage and the rover after the sky crane maneuver. Finally, you may also hear Tango Delta nominal, or touchdown nominal. That means we've touched down on the surface of Mars within the expected range of safe landing speeds.
Thanks for that breakdown. Now, this is your
Thank you for this super chat. Automation and all things. And also non-stick, because why not?
You can almost never be too careful when it comes to Mars. You definitely can't take Mars for granted. You know, we've checked and double-checked and triple-checked everything on our way to Mars, and you know, even though we've done this once before using the sky crane technique on the Curiosity rover, you know, I think everyone's going to have their everyone's going to hold their breath until we're on the surface of Mars this time around.
And we have a social media question coming in. Nor the Door on Instagram asks, how complicated is the automated landing sequence, and who wrote the code?
Yeah, it's quite complicated. The automated landing software needs to do literally hundreds of things, all on its own, just right with sub-second timing accuracy. And it's the result of many hundreds of people over many years, stretching all the way back to Curiosity, and then improved for the Perseverance landing today at Jezero Crater.
Great. Thanks for your time today, Matt, and good luck.
Thanks.
Now, landing on Mars is hard. Landing on Mars during a pandemic is even harder. The team behind the Perseverance rover faced one of its biggest challenges when the coronavirus pandemic struck. Here's how they kept the
She's
mission
like the
going.
perfect American girl to like do this broadcast. She's like this big. Oh wow! Oh,
Pandemic.
Boom! Thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys. You guys are lighting up my screen. I love it. Thank you so much for helping pay my rent next month. Thank you.
Something that nobody expected, something nobody could plan for.
So we all were asked to start
Keeping the lights on, helping with the phone bill, paying my internet.
To the launch pad.
$50.
Your first priority immediately gets displaced, and it's now the safety of your people.
And it took a lot of work to put stuff together in order to keep momentum going, to keep people working safely, keep them healthy, and to keep the project on schedule.
We called the effort Mars 2020 Safe at Work, and the objective was to keep the team as safe or safer than they would be if they were not working. You know,
It's like a
putting
crime
spacecraft
scene
together that's going
music.
to Mars and not making a mistake, it's hard no matter what. Trying to do it during the middle of the pandemic, it's a lot harder.
And liftoff. As the countdown to Mars continues.
I didn't watch this. Did anybody watch this?
The next generation of robotic explorers.
Tamar, did you watch this?
Certainly never done something like this before. Try to lead a team that's flying a spacecraft on the way to Mars while getting ready for landing, while doing it all from home.
There's no doubt that working
See, he took his mask off.
in isolation, not virtual isolation, but in physical isolation from everyone else,
This music.
is a challenge.
We had to rethink and redesign what it meant to operate a
Bum, bum.
spacecraft in flight when we couldn't all be in the same room in mission control, seeing the data come down from Perseverance.
It was a major change going to that, you know, looking at everyone on a screen instead of in person.
Because of the pandemic,
Bum,
you
bum.
can't, just pop over your cubicle wall and talk to the person next to you.
It's definitely been a challenge to figure out how to communicate and get everything done remotely, but we've managed to make it work.
We are
Good job, you guys.
Our job is to go into the unknown.
It's so different
And
watching
this
this.
is just another example of the unknown.
We're really doing something that's transformative in trying to understand whether or not life evolved on another planet. That's the fundamental objective of this mission.
We're all still connected by this incredible mission and this wonderful be a part of. So
Okay, you guys just lost it for a second. Okay, cool.
Pretty much everybody that I've talked to.
Try that again. You guys can hear that? You can hear that.
has
Okay.
said the same thing, which is you could not have come up with.
Okay, so I don't know how to mute it on right now. It's a learning experience. People have been very critical of me talking over people that are talking. They say it's obnoxious, annoying, I'm trying to get attention, all that stuff on my own stream. I know I shouldn't let the comments get to me, but right now I'm a little self-conscious about it. So that's why I'm trying to stay quiet when people jump on and you say hello. I normally would shout out right away. Matt Wallace. This is Matt Wallace, their somebody manager. Okay, so dentist and iPhone. They filled a filling and it still hurts like a cavity. I don't want to complain. You were there, DJ Generosity? Are you a female? Do we have more females on the stream? Yeah. I don't see why the pandemic really affected. If you guys want me to put this audio back on, I happily will, but. Sorry. I'm just so used to SpaceX and it's like so exciting and like sci-fi thriller. You found me like, oh my god, another space geek girl. Oh my gosh, Tamar, we have another one. There are not very many of us, at least ones that will admit to it and wave their geek flag. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad. Do I have a closed caption? I can turn it back on, but I recommend pulling up a second stream. That's what I'm saying. In order to... I can't please everybody, unfortunately. I'm sorry. They're talking about how people stepped up during COVID and they made it work out. And here they are. And this guy is not looking up at the camera at all. Just how large is the team? Is what she asked. It's a big team. Carolyn! Tamar, Carolyn, DJ Generosity, and me. That's 4 women. Did I miss anybody? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This is a big deal. Carolyn, hi. This stream is a shite show, but I'm glad that you're here. He's talking about how they did remote work. I know I shouldn't hate so much. I'm just already tired. Aw. Krispy Kreme is making non-stick. Thank you guys so much for the super chats that were coming in. I appreciate them so much. I've been getting a lot of crap for talking over things, so I'm going to say that 100 more times. Even if right now, if I had this guy playing, which you guys can't hear him, right? Can I confirm that you cannot hear him? He's makes me feel alive right now. I'm feeling so lively. Okay, cool. Thank you, Nonstick. So, yeah, that's why he's muted and I'm talking. My stream, I'm going to talk, okay? I'm really tired. But I appreciate you guys. Oh my gosh. I broke some eardrums earlier. And now it's working. Aaron, thanks for keeping me on track with my frames per second and all that stuff. It's still some kinks I need to figure out. Good luck on your fifth mission, Matt. The crater. Okay, if it's scripted, I might puke, but we're good. Let's try it.
That's right, Raquel. Here to explain why we want to go there is Deputy Project Scientist Katie Stack Morgan. Welcome, Katie.
I would never be a good
Glad to be here.
Now, Perseverance is landing on Mars at the Jezero crater. Why is it that you and the team chose this particular area?
Yeah, so scientists believe Jezero crater is one of the best places on Mars and possibly the entire solar system to look for signs of ancient life. Jezero contained an ancient lake and has been one of the best preserved ancient delta deposits on the surface of Mars.
She's reading.
Deltas form when a river enters a relatively open body of water, like an impact crater, and deposits the sediment that it's carrying.
I can't stand when things are scripted.
Based
it
on
hurts.
studies of deltas and lakes here on Earth, that they're great places to concentrate and preserve organics and support microbial life. We're also excited because Jezero exposes rocks that are between 3.5 to more than
what?
5 billion
You
years
guys!
represent a variety of different
All right.
geological processes.
We know that water supports Earth. Okay. That hurts my brain to hear that scripting. Ali, you guys. Ali, this is your 3rd super chat on one stream. In Cakeism Trader, I missed one from you. I don't ever miss super chats come through. This is insane. You guys love me. Thank you. You're helping pay my rent. Oh, it's so helpful. Rent is so gosh darn expensive. Yeah. Yesterday, I dropped a good portion of my rent on my dental cavity fillings. I had an emergency one, and then I had a second one, and then I grind my teeth, so I needed a new bite guard. I bit through my last one and broke it. I actually broke 2 of them. So this is all really helpful and comforting to know that next month, when YouTube pays me, it will help pay towards my rent. So thank you so, so much. Oh my gosh, do you see her reading from the script? This is so cringy. Oh my god. They're talking about how water supports Mars and there's could be. It's so fascinating. Aw. Okay, here, wait. Hold, she's cute.
Why was Mars able to sustain lakes and rivers ages ago, but cannot now? Isn't it cold enough to make water? And isn't it always?
Aw.
Thank you.
Good job, little girl.
Yeah, that is such a great question. And one of the things that protects our atmosphere.
Yes,
here on
this is
Earth
my
as well
internet
as
speed.
liquid water
I know,
being
it
stable on our
sucks.
own planet is the fact that we have a magnetic field protecting that atmosphere. We think that Mars lost its magnetic field way back billions of years ago and left the atmosphere exposed to things like solar and cosmic rays that basically blew that atmosphere away. And once that happened, liquid water wasn't stable on the surface of Mars anymore. It was too cold and the pressure was too low. And so now Mars is not capable of supporting
Talk to
liquid
her like a
water and
human.
likely not capable of supporting life at its surface.
Oh my gosh. They pre-scripted the little girl and her answer. NASA will never hire me. Never. Ever. Oh, they're going to catch up with the communications assistant.
She helps us
engineer.
break down the system used to track Perseverance
I have to
during
pee.
landing.
How much longer? I
Communications
don't want to miss it.
infrastructure supporting Perseverance's landing is quite complex. We've rallied a truly global network of relay and communications assets to
Okay.
help us capture and record those precious minutes.
I can't. I need to load something else, like an animation or
We
something.
receive a stream of engineering telemetry via these communication assets that helps us see and understand exactly what's happening.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
X-band tones, each of which provides
Thank you so much, Ollie.
critical entry, descent, and landing
Holy.
events. During entry, descent, and landing,
You have
we
customers in your
pass
store.
through
Thank you
Mars
so
orbiters
much. Okay, I
listening
can't.
to ultra-high frequency or
This is
UHF
so bad.
signals.
This is really bad. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull up some fun graphics, like zoomy graphics. Let's see what I can do here. Just stand by. Let's make this a little bit more fun. This is crazy how bad this webcast is. This is like a monumental thing, right? For NASA. Like SpaceX is like killing it and NASA's just like hanging there. They're talking about how the telemetry that they receive will be delayed by the speed of light or sound. Oh my god, I can't believe how scripted it is. They need to invest some of the money that they waste on their rockets. What? Into their presenters. This poor girl, she seems so sweet and she works really hard. And she's... Oh my god, that's so bad. You don't even want to hear it. I can see clear. They're saying she's hard at work right now in the bubble. Here, let me switch you back over
2012.
to the excitement
But
while I
landing on
search for
Mars
this.
is difficult. There's always a risk involved. Here's what needs to happen for Perseverance to touch down safely in Jezero Crater.
Nothing can be taken for granted when you get to Mars. There's
Yay, a video with sound. That's cool.
Space always has a way of
I'll
throwing
take
us
this.
curveballs and surprising us.
I mean, until we get the data that says we're on the ground safely, I'm going to be worried that we're not going to make it.
Entry, descent, and landing is often referred to as the 7 minutes of terror because
Oh,
it
yeah.
takes about 7
To Mars.
minutes to get from the top of the atmosphere of Mars to the ground safely.
The spacecraft has to do all of this by itself.
Yeah.
There are many things
Real
that
Mars.
have to go right to get Perseverance onto the ground safely.
Okay.
There's a lot counting on this.
I'll be
This is
back.
the first leg of our
gotta
sample
pee.
return relay race. There's a lot of work on the line.
Starting about 10 minutes before atmospheric entry, we get rid of really the spacecraft part of the rover that's been supporting us.
We come screaming in to the Martian
Screaming.
atmosphere at 12 to 13,000 miles per hour.
And they slow down to 2.
And the heat shield is what dissipates all that initial energy through friction.
The vehicle will continue actually flying itself through the atmosphere. It's sort of like a transforming vehicle that went from spacecraft and now it's kind of like an aircraft actively guiding itself.
When we're going slow enough, we deploy a parachute.
The biggest supersonic parachute we've ever sent to another planet. It's critical for slowing down the vehicle.
Perseverance's entry, descent, and landing borrows heavily from that of Curiosity.
But fundamentally, Perseverance is a different rover. She's bigger, she has different instruments.
We've added a lot of smarts on the inside to make it more capable so that it can deal with the landing site that we've given.
The science team identified Jezero Crater as basically an ancient lake bed and one of the most promising places to look for evidence of ancient microbial life and to collect samples for future return to Earth. The problem is it's a much more hazardous place to land.
When you look at Jezero, all you see is danger. How do we go to a site that we never thought was safe enough to go to before? So the heat shield, which has protected us all the way through entry, is no longer necessary. We need to get that off so that we can actually see the ground. And we can see the ground in a couple different ways.
Perseverance will be the first mission to use terrain relative navigation. So while it's descending on the parachute, it will actually be taking images of the surface of Mars and determining where to go based on what it sees. This is finally like landing with your eyes open. Having this new technology really allows Perseverance to land in much more challenging terrain than Curiosity or any previous Mars mission could. Amongst the rocks and the craters and the cliffs, these things are hazardous to the rover, but these are the things that are interesting to the scientists.
Once Perseverance has figured out where she is, jettison the back shell and parachute, and light up our rockets. Those rockets help us leave the ground, and then that's when the real mission begins.
Ooh, fun facts. Yes. I got to use it.
With us now is Al Chen. He is Perseverance's entry, descent, and landing lead. Al, you were part of the Curiosity rover landing. Does it get any easier the second time around?
It absolutely does not, especially when considering we're trying to land the biggest, heaviest, and most complex rover we've ever built at the most dangerous landing site we've ever attempted. Jezero may look great and promising from a science perspective, but it's absolutely treacherous for landing. There's a cliff wall that's about 200 feet tall that runs right through the middle of the landing site. There are craters full of sand that even if we landed in them, we would not be able to drive out of. And there are rocks to the east and actually all over the place, rock fields. That would be a bad day for us if we were to land on them.
Sleep.
Now, Al,
Subscribe,
what new
repeat.
technology makes this type of dangerous landing possible?
Ooh.
Perseverance is carrying 2 new technologies that are really kind of under the hood smarts that are allowing us to land at this treacherous landing site. The first is range trigger. That's the ability, we've given Perseverance the ability to decide for herself, based on where she is, when to deploy the parachute. Previously, we used to deploy parachutes, that supersonic parachute, just on navigated velocity. But now Perseverance has the smarts to figure out where she is and deploy that parachute at just the right place to make sure that we shrink where we can come down. That actually reduces the area, that error ellipse, where we can come down on the ground. From something that was on the order of 50 miles wide.
He's good to listen to. I like him.
To about 5 miles long by
SpaceX,
4 miles wide.
you should hire him.
For Perseverance. So that's quite a bit of reduction. Second, the next piece of technology that's helping us land there is terrain relative navigation. In the past, after we popped
By
off the
Sheldon
heat shield,
Cooper.
we've taken pictures
I
of
love
the
that
ground as
show.
it's been coming up. But we haven't really done anything with them. This time, Perseverance
The
is
dark
carrying
side?
a camera to
What does
take
that
pictures,
mean?
but also a kind of second brain to
The
help
dark
it figure out what those pictures are telling it and match it up with an onboard map from a satellite. That allows it to figure out exactly where she is. Suddenly, then she can then fly to safe spots that are nearby once she really knows where she is.
Fun with flags.
It allows the site to not have to be as flat and boring as a pancake as some of our past sites have been. The entire area we could come down. Now we just need little pieces of that
SpaceX
site
shirt
to be
hanging.
small enough and safe enough for us to land in safely and fly there after we've gotten rid of the parachute.
And we also have a social media question coming in. Sansakari14 on Instagram is asking, how does the sky crane decide where to move itself after the payload lands?
After the payload lands, after the rover touches down, the sky crane, the descent stage, which is that rocket-powered jetpack above it, the first job, of course, is to make sure you don't hurt the rover. So it'll turn forward or backward so that the engine plumes don't pass over the rover. So it'll come up and start to turn. And it'll go in whichever direction is closest to north. So it can either go forward, if that's the way north is, or go toward the rear of the rover, if that's where north is. And it'll fly about a third of a mile or so away.
Thanks for talking to us today, Al.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's head
Wow,
back
this
to
is
Mission
boring.
Control for an update from Swati.
Not the event. The event is exciting.
Hi, Cal. So,
Surprise.
remember that command that we sent at around 11:35 to turn the transmitter off? We are just about to get confirmation that Perseverance has received the command.
Wow!
The command took 11 minutes to go to Perseverance. And
Bye,
then
Shark.
The reply took 11 minutes to get back from Perseverance to the ground. So we should hear any second now that we have officially turned off the transmitter. And after that, we will be about 4 minutes from the start of entry, descent, and landing mode. At this point, we will
Ooh,
transition
7-minute
from
meltdown.
the cruise approach mode to entry, descent, and landing. And that means our travel from Earth to Mars is done, and now we just need to get to the surface. So far, things are looking good.
Great.
Oh, that's a really fancy control. Mission control. Hi, David Van Horn.
Copy EDL phase, we'll come back.
David Van Horn, you've missed pretty much the most scripted and cringy explanations of what's going on here, in my opinion. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. Here we go.
Our tracking stations have all confirmed the results of the transmitter drive off and in lock one way.
Can anybody fill
Copy.
David Van Horn in? If he's just coming, I'm not sure.
GDS flight. Flight GDS. At
Wait,
this time, I'd like to disable the alarms before EDL main. So please disable all
There
the
it
alarm
goes.
files and start a new downlink session.
Dripping into my
Copy that.
tippy.
Proceed.
Thank you.
Copy that. Proceeding now.
And now officially one way, and the transmitter is off.
Sweet. I don't know what it means.
Rover mission has helped shape the
Yeah.
other. Started with the landing of the Pathfinder more than 20 years ago, leading up to where we are today with Perseverance. Perseverance Deputy Project Manager Jennifer Trosper has worked on every Mars rover mission, and she joins us now. Jennifer, how does Perseverance fit into the history of exploring Mars?
Thanks, Raquel. It's great to be here. Well, Perseverance is NASA's 5th rover on Mars, and I've had the privilege of working on every one of them. And the very first rover was the Sojourner rover we sent in 1997, and it was the size of a microwave oven.
Okay.
And even at that small size...
Okay, so I just remembered that you guys can watch this playback later. So I'm going to do some entertainment here. She's just talking about the work that she's done previously. She seems like a really nice woman, and I don't want to take away from her. But like I said, people are getting mad at me for talking over commentary, so I'm going to have my own commentary. EDL entry, descent, landing. I am not sure. It sounded like there were 4 minutes to go that I heard. I'll let you know when they come back on. I don't know anything about this process other than the animation that they showed. Okay, they're talking about the history of Mars. 1 hour to go, David Van Horn says. So, That's not from the stream. That's just fatigue. And things not working, but that's okay. You roll with the punches. I want to support as much as I can in one stream without like aggressively or excessively changing my outfit a lot. I would have already changed back into the SpaceX shirt that's hanging up there, but I'm really trying to hold out. Okay, that shirt makes me feel safe and warm. this shirt is safe and warm and cozy, but the graphic doesn't match my inner being anymore, unfortunately. Or fortunately. This shirt was gifted to me. Thank you so much to that person who gifted it to me. If you're on this stream, it means a lot. This is from the men's section at Target. Just a heads up. Women, you can buy from the men's. Okay, let me turn her back because she's nice.
Average daily distance for driving, about 200 meters, is close to the maximum distance any rover has ever driven in a day on Mars. So she's fast.
She's fast.
Another thing that we've done, which is the most significant upgrade that we've made, is the sample caching system itself. Curiosity has a robotic arm, like Perseverance has a robotic arm, but on the end of Perseverance's robotic arm is a coring drill that will go and take rock cores, transfer them into sample tubes and into the rover, where another robotic arm will take those tubes, will seal them and store them, and eventually drop them on the surface of Mars for future return to Earth.
Great. And we also have a social media question about Perseverance. Erica
Boy.
AS on Instagram wants to know what the wheels of the rover are made out of.
Why are they
Great question. Well, you may think we make them out of some material you've never heard of. It turns out they're made of aluminum. Now,
that's cool.
Perseverance's wheels are a little thicker than Curiosity's, but they're actually both made out of aluminum.
Oh, wow.
One more
Did you guys
question
know
for
that?
you. Can you tell us more about the importance of where you are right now in the building?
Yes, I am above, on the second floor, above the cruise mission support area that you've been watching. And this is the surface mission support area. So as soon as Perseverance lands, all commands, this room will take over, become headquarters for operating Perseverance on Mars.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us today, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Now,
Come back again soon.
Now know Perseverance's place in history. Let's take an up-close look at the rover with Mars 2020 System Testbed Engineer Helio Morillo.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, Raquel.
Yay, ethnicity!
I'm standing in front of the Mars 2020 Perseverance scaled model. As you can tell,
Hey,
this
Aaron,
vehicle
how's my frame
is
rate?
about the size
Not
of
good.
a Mini Cooper. These wheels are obviously black here and they look like rubber, but they're actually fully made of metal. These wheels are designed to allow us to climb over obstacles and of course climb over hills and minimize the amount of slipping once we're traversing on the surface of Mars. Here in the front of the rover, we have the sample caching system, and of course, at the very front end of this is the robotic arm, which this entire system is arguably the most complex robotic system we've ever sent outside of Earth. Here at the tip of the arm, we have a turret which contains a suite of instruments, along with some drills and coring capabilities that will allow us to do contact science once we get to the surface of Mars. Not only that, this robotic system is equipped to collect samples about the size of a piece of chalk that then eventually will be stored inside of the vehicle and dropped off in a later location so that an eventual mission can go and return these samples.
Bernie?
Something that we've never done.
Where did you come from?
Here in the front, we have the remote sensing mast. Something of note is that this mechanism is going to be stowed upon the touchdown on the surface of Mars. And one of the first critical activities we do is deploy this mechanism. This mechanism includes several cameras that are going to give us some of the most breathtaking images we've ever taken on Mars. Along with that, we have some lasers as well as
I like unscripted. This is good. I'll take it.
Some remote science. Here you see some of these extrusions that are part of a larger weather suite of instruments.
I love the word
that will
extrusion.
allow us to
How about you
characterize
guys?
the local climate around Perseverance. So that's a quick tour of the rover.
Look, he's on the rover.
Back to work.
Hey.
Back to you.
Bye. That was a good cheese smile. Oh, it's on her. Oh, new fun fact. Ready? Mars facts. The average temperature on the surface of Mars is negative 64 degrees Fahrenheit, aka negative 53 degrees Fahrenheit. That is cold AF.
Perseverance is collecting samples of Martian rock for future return to Earth. We've heard that scientists have been wanting to bring Martian samples back
Don't hate me, world.
for many generations. And here to talk a little bit about that is NASA's Planetary Science Division Director, Lori Glaze, who joins us now to talk about the role Perseverance will play in
I
NASA's
want to turn him
future
off
goals.
while there's
Welcome, Lori.
not elder, but
Now,
tenured
as you just
employees.
heard, we've heard
I don't want to
that scientists have
disrespect.
been wanting to bring back these Martian samples for a very long time. Why do we need to bring them back? That's really a great question. You know, we actually have examples of Mars already here on Earth that came here as meteorites. But we don't know exactly where they came from on Mars, and then they also have had to make the trip from Mars to Earth, and so they got altered during that time, and then during their entry and descent into the Earth's atmosphere, that also changes what those rocks are like. So being able to go to Mars and actually collect a sample where we know exactly where it came from, and we know we can preserve it and keep it pristine and carry it all the way back here. This will be incredibly important to help us answer questions.
See, she's great.
The geologic history of
Tenured.
Mars, understanding how it formed,
Speaking
and evolved,
naturally.
and also really important questions about whether or not life actually existed on Mars 3.5 billion years ago, and whether that life, if
What do you guys
existed,
think?
has been preserved in the surface of Mars.
Do you think that life did exist?
Now, Lori, these sample tubes that Perseverance is going to be collecting, they're the cleanest things ever created on Earth. Tell me a little bit about that. Oh my goodness. We worked so hard. The team here at JPL is absolutely incredible to assure that those sample tubes are incredibly clean. One of the main goals of this mission is to be able to detect if there's actual life that's preserved, ancient life preserved in those rocks, in those
I have
samples.
a comment.
And we definitely don't want to be carrying, our own DNA off to Mars and then
I'm sorry, I had to turn her off as she's speaking about how clean those test tubes are. The new Model S's and X's have a, biohazard HEPA level hospital grade filtering in the cabin, and you can do surgery inside of the cabin of a Tesla if you needed to. Data processing, recovery, those kinds of things. Mobile on demand. Just saying, cleanliness I get, but like, let's not lie.
But we're definitely not going to try and do it alone. We have
it's not her fault.
partners with the European Space Agency. And the way this campaign is going to work, well, Perseverance is the first step. Chapter 1 is going to Mars and collecting the samples. Chapter 2 is going to be a sample return lander that we hope to launch in around 2026 to 2028. And that lander, it'll be an American lander carrying a fetch rover that's
6 years from
provided
now?
by European Space Agency. And that little fetch rover will drive out
That's
and
7
pick
years
up
from
the
now.
samples that
5.
Perseverance left on the surface of Mars.
Elon's gonna have like a hospital built up.
Called the Mars Ascent Vehicle, which will be the first ever launch from another planet, and it will launch those samples into orbit around Mars. In the meantime, you're an orbiter that's in orbit around Mars that can rendezvous and capture those samples and then bring them back to Earth for us to study
my
back
God,
here
check
in
Twitter.
our
Okay.
amazing laboratories.
A lot of firsts, it sounds like, Lori, and another first.
This
how
is
was
so
Perseverance
cringy.
And the Mars sample return mission.
I'm sorry, when the United States government is wasting money like this and waiting 5 to 7 years to collect these samples, are you kidding me? Elon's gonna have like water, potable water piping in the ground there. I mean, like, oh my God. They've spent so much money, just so much money, taxpayer dollars, for what? I'm not trying to get political, but like, this is ridiculous. Not her, not the people that are speaking, just it makes me frustrated. 2050. Oh, she's cute.
So hard and willing to wait so long for a sample. Thank you.
Why are we waiting so long for a sample?
Olivia, that is
That's what
such
she
a
asked.
great question.
Thank you.
And I enjoy Mars just because it can tell us so much about how our solar system formed and evolved. All of the planets can tell us different parts of that story, and Mars is a really key piece of that. And one of the main reasons we're willing to wait so long to get the sample back is
don't know
that
how to
we've
do it
got
fast.
great new scientists that are all about your age, and in about 10 or 15
They have to wait
years,
until they grow
you'll
up.
be the generation that's going to actually get to work with these samples. When they come back, you'll be the scientists and engineers that will be the
Oh my
next
God.
generation to change how we think about Mars and how we think about life in the solar system.
Wait a second. Hold the phone. What's wrong with the engineers and scientists that are fully working adults in the working public right now? Why do they have to wait for kids to grow up? Is this a joke? Is somebody punking me? Is anybody else on any other stream like as floored as I am? Or am I just like really tired and angry right now and frustrated? This is crazy. Look how nice that mission control is. It's like a freaking betting casino in there. But they have to wait for kids to grow up.
Reputation precedes me there, and
pep talk.
Look, I know this hasn't been easy, right? I'm not even sure we've even been all in the same room at the same time. I mean, I'm staring at folks across the internet as well.
It's like a betting casino. Oh my God, I'm shaking my head so hard.
Voice check. Okay. I do want to just extend my heartfelt appreciation from the EDL team to the launch cruise team. You've done everything we've asked for, right? I mean, you've battled anomalies, you've dealt with SETIs, you've done everything.
Welcome back.
You delivered a healthy spacecraft to the place that we want to go. And she's right on target, right? You did the last maneuver literally 2 months ago, right? This is pretty incredible, in my opinion. And she's armed with the right information to help us land. Doing the parameter update last night, we're ready to roll. You've done everything right. And you've put up with us too, right? You've put up with our eccentricities and the things we like to do in EDL land. So I very much appreciate it.
I like this guy though. I'm not
you
making fun of him.
on Friday since you guys have earned it. Thanks for literally and figuratively putting us in the right position to succeed. And let's land on Mars together.
Aww. 1, 2, 3, team.
As flight director, I also would like to thank the whole team.
Team.
Cruise ops, EDL ops, EDL team, and the surface ops as well. It's been an amazing journey. I think we all know that. And it's been my honor and pleasure to work with you all side by side.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm so confused. Is everybody quitting and they're all going to go work for SpaceX as contractors?
So, kudos to you. Mission, would you like to say something?
Oh my gosh.
It's just echoing the same words that Al and Maggie have
Is this a wedding or a funeral?
Great obstacles in the last 6.5 months, and it started with an earthquake in this room on launch day at L-20 minutes. So I can't be more proud
I'm cringing.
than all of the achievements that you guys have pulled off in the last 6.5 months. Whatever happens in the next hour and a half, you can be proud of the achievements that you've accomplished.
Another hour and a half? Are you kidding?
I look forward to seeing you on the other side, and I only wish that the rest of our team could be sharing this moment with us. This is a very unusual event. This room is only half as full as it would be if we weren't in this pandemic. So, missing everybody on the team who's not with us here.
There's more people getting paid. Bernie, what do you think about this, Bernie? Bernie thinks that his taxpayer dollars should go to better uses than 7 years of retrieval. Just saying. I'm not even getting political, but kind of.
All right, activity. Go ahead and continue the report. Sure thing, Flight. We've since completed the EDL start anchor. As I was mentioning, we changed our CBM row to EDL reserve two-way non-coherent. That row reinforces our CBM windows disabled, keeps our packetization on, it turns off our ranging and switches to the auxiliary oscillator. We have also started our real-time data product.
Are they even competing anymore?
At this time,
Oh yeah, there she
is.
is.
Perseverance team leaders thank the cruise team for their work in guiding the rover to Mars.
I do like her. She's got a nice voice.
Did you know the rover name and Mars helicopter name came from students? Well, a couple weeks ago, Marina was able to catch up with them.
You are mentioning exactly what I said was going to show up in the comments later. Jason Schmidt. Thank you.
Alex Mather, a 7th grader from Springfield,
Not getting political, but Bernie, it's a Mittens meme. It's a Mittens meme. If you're going to be like that, I encourage you to exit. Thank you.
Vanessa Rupani's essay for ingenuity was so compelling. NASA thought it would be a perfect name for the history-making helicopter, a technology demonstration carried aboard.
He's had a rough
Perseverance
night.
Rover. Alex and Vanessa join us now. Welcome, you guys.
Hello, space
Oh, sorry.
nerds.
Oh, look, kids. Wave your
Now,
freak
you got to go
flags.
to Florida and watch the launch live back in July. Alex, what were you feeling as you saw that rocket launch into the sky?
I read a log of books written by astronauts, and every single one of them always talks about
There we go.
the
This is
raw
who's going to bring it
power
back.
behind a space launch. And
He's
I
so
definitely feel like watching the launch invoked that sense of well, inspiration mixed with anticipation, along with that rumble in my chest.
That's very
Aw.
inspirational, and I'm sure
Aw.
that you have had many
He's
conversations
going to go work
with your
for
classmates
SpaceX.
since this all began. What kind of questions have they asked you?
I got some people asking me about what this helicopter is, what this rover is, what are they actually going to do. So I love that this whole experience sparked the greater interest in the mission in my community.
Why do you think it's so important for kids to be inspired by space exploration?
Because space is the future, and kids are the future.
That's
Learning
right.
about space and watching the story of humanity spread to the stars happen is watching the future happen and
Aw.
seeing history unfold.
Look at his NASA lamp in the
The best
background.
way to keep our home safe and protect our planet is to learn from the worlds around it. So I think it's really important for the next generation of scientists to be engaged in that type of exploration to make our home the best place it can be.
Yeah, which is Mars.
Now, speaking of the future, what has your life been like since naming the rover and helicopter? Has it sparked any future aspirations for the two of you?
Oh man, I am currently applying to a science and technology school for high school. I'm hoping for a NASA internship sometime along the way, with my ultimate goal being to join the incredible team of scientists and engineers who are about to make this happen.
This whole experience has definitely shown me that I want to go into the space industry. I came home from Florida, did all my college applications,
Go work
and
for
checked
SpaceX.
aerospace engineering on all
Do
the
it.
boxes.
Girl.
I mean, the whole time we were there, I was thinking, why would anyone want to do anything else?
So true, and the best of luck to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us here today, Alex and Vanessa.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. I had a great time.
They do have to answer to people. It's part of being a government
As well as
entity.
the top 155 finalist essays are riding on the Perseverance rover, along with nearly 11
Praise
million of the
everybody.
names from all over the world that were submitted
Yeah.
before launch. And if you miss the chance to get your name on Perseverance, then you will get another chance to reserve a spot on the next mission to Mars. So make sure that you sign up now at mars.nasa.gov for your boarding pass.
I have one. It's not till
As virtual
2028.
Celebrations are happening all over the
Are
globe.
they?
Let's take a look at some of your submissions.
How much
on our
longer? Does
social
anybody know?
channels, showing us how you're celebrating the Perseverance.
I didn't realize it was going to be a whole. I thought it was going to be 7 minutes.
And remember to
Quick boom pop.
countdown to Mars and send those in. We would love to show them
But
off.
only on Instagram. They don't take from Twitter.
Look at these kids.
Oh wait, that's
They
Twitter.
are getting so
They haven't read any
excited.
from Twitter.
Everyone's watching it. A lot of classrooms are watching it. Oh, and great. Someone did a Lego version of Perseverance, which is awesome. It looks fantastic. We love getting all your pictures out there. We've gotten a lot of artwork from kids, which has been great. I know I have a
Oh, I was like,
9-year-old
what is
John
that?
at home, and he loves to draw the rover. And look at that. That is awesome. That's better than anything I could bake, that's for sure. Perseverance in a cake. That looks so great. Delicious. I want to get into that.
This is the first NASA live stream that I watched solely NASA. I always watch like the SpaceX version of a NASA launch, like crew
Thank you
and
so much
crew
for your
demo and
submissions. Remember,
crew
hashtag Countdown to
1.
Mars. We love to see how you're celebrating.
Now I
you
understand.
might know our
Sorry,
next
everybody. You
guests
guys are
from
hearing
shows
my.
like Emily's Wonder Lab. Joining me now.
Sorry,
is
not sorry.
Drelly, thank you so much for being
This
here
is my
with us
place where I
today.
vent about things that
Hi,
are
thanks so much for
bothering me,
having
and that's one.
Now, you are very passionate about getting kids interested in science and space exploration. Why do you think kids are so excited about space?
Well, I know the reason I'm excited about space, and I think it's the same reason that many others are excited about space, and it's that the people in the space
Wait, do you like her
industry
background?
work to answer two of the biggest questions that humans have ever asked. Are we alone in the universe?
I like that jacket.
And
It's cute.
Where did we all come from? And by sending a rover to Mars, we are gaining evidence for the answers to these questions, more evidence than we ever had before, and I think that's so exciting.
It
She's
is,
cute.
and I know
I'll
you
take
get
it.
Loads of interesting questions from kids. Have you gotten any about Mars specifically?
Oh my gosh, yes. Everybody loves Mars. It's in
Everybody
movies and books and TV shows, and everybody loves Mars. So one of the things that I get asked a lot is that, it's called the red planet. Why is it red? Well, it's red because
Iron
it's literally rusty.
oxide?
The top layer of soil on Mars has iron oxide in it.
Yeah.
Rust.
Thanks,
And
Elon.
rust has that brownish red color.
I learned that
it's
in the Juro.
red because it's rusty. And also because it's red, they ask, is it red hot? Is it really hot on Mars?
No, it's cold.
And well, no,
AF.
actually, it's colder than the Earth. It's farther away from the sun, so as you would imagine, it's a little bit colder than the Earth. It also has a really thin atmosphere, so the heat that it does have, it has a hard time keeping in, and so it's a little bit colder. But then I also get asked, what would I weigh on Mars? That's a really fun question.
-6.
So on Mars, it's a little bit smaller than the Earth, so the gravity there is weaker. It's about 3/8 the gravity that we have here on Earth. So if you weighed 100 pounds here on Earth, you'd weigh 38 pounds on Mars, or 100 kilograms here on Earth, 38 kilograms on Mars.
Those are all super fun. I think even some adults want to know the answers to those questions, Emily. Now, why do you think it's so important to educate kids about science and give them that great foundation?
Well, science is the language of nature, and learning about science and learning how to think like a scientist means you are learning how to systematically seek out truth in the world. You are learning the scientific method.
God, we have an
You're learning
hour.
how to be a critical
Okay, let's do
thinker,
something fun.
And honestly, those skills are great for whatever you end up wanting to do in life.
True. If you want to be a scientist or an opera singer,
sorry, everybody.
that holds true. And what are you most excited about today?
I mean,
guinea
humans
pigs.
are launching a robot to Mars. That doesn't happen every day. I think in all of the hecticness
If you're
that
new
is
to the
going
stream,
on today and all of the nerves,
this one's a little different than some others.
And remember
But thanks
that
for
we
coming.
live in a time when humans have the ability to send a robot to another planet, and that's so cool to me.
It is very cool, Emily. Take a deep breath. Thanks for joining
Take a
us
deep
here.
breath. That's what people tell me when I'm like excited about something.
Sending
Take a
it
deep
back
breath.
to you now, Raquel.
I'm good.
Thanks, Marina.
You tell me that and it makes me
We
angry.
are offering lots of ways to
You
ride
take
along
it
with us to Mars. Now put yourself right into the action now with our Perseverance photo booth.
Oh,
You can
yes.
sit next to the rover,
Bernie?
place yourself in our mission control.
Oh my gosh.
And even see what you might look like.
That's
taking
cool.
A selfie on
I don't
the
have
red
that
planet.
outfit though.
There, you'll also have a chance to sign up to send your name to Mars on NASA's next flight. to
Have you
the
guys done that? Tyler, I know you
it's
have.
all available at go.nasa.gov/Mars 2020 Toolkit. And joining us now is JPL Chief Engineer and Landing Veteran Rob Manning. He will be breaking down key moments coming up, and very few people know more about landing on Mars than Rob, going back to the Pathfinder mission in 1997. Thanks for joining us today, Rob.
Thank you.
If you guys want to watch, please go back and watch this. I'm going to switch the source.
What a wonderful day for
We've got an hour left.
We're just also excited here, anxious, worried, but very...
Okay. I can hear myself think for a second. Woo! This is not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be 7 minutes. ADHD brain. And fatigued. Okay, sure. We are going to pop over and watch some of the fun, like, zippy animations and stuff, like what Tamar had me watch the other day. It was so cool. The cool stuff it's going to do. And then maybe we'll play a game. I have a couple ideas in mind. I was brainstorming them last night. So, I'm pretty crafty. All right, let me just get this browser source going right here. Stay with me here, everybody. There are 44 people. But I encourage you, if you go into the description of this video, scroll and you'll see links to other channels that are streaming this right now. They probably have a lot more exciting information going on than what I'm showing because they actually own the content or have rights to the content that they're showing on their screen or talking about, or they're all a lot more knowledgeable than me. So I appreciate you guys are here, but I am not one to talk technical specifications and all this stuff on this particular mission. Shout out to Tamar again. She's the one that sent me the information that this was happening, even though it was all over the internet. I live under a rock. So I'm not downplaying myself or my knowledge. I am actually a very intelligent person. I just don't have the knowledge base around this. So I would like to watch cool graphics and fun stuff rather than I can't yeah, I just, if you want to replay this, then go back to NASA. It will be available. They have, I can't even read the stuff that's going on in the chat right now about NASA because I'm so frustrated. Like, this is not at all what I was expecting. It's just, it's so antiquated. It's like, I can't. I need to get some sleep and then I can talk about it calmly. All right. So this graphic's gonna shut off here shortly. So stand by for shut off. We're not dead, okay? Browser source, where are you at? See, this is gonna be a little bit more fun. So let me just make sure the source switches over. Let me turn off the other source, browser source. Thanks all for hanging with me. As my mouse doesn't want to work. Oh. Nope, I can't do that. Oh, sorry, there's two different things streaming at once. Sorry. Make sure I have it set up for when it starts again. You guys are probably so confused. There's no audio. I'm sitting here staring at my screen. Okay, this is cool. You're gonna like this, I promise. And if you don't, there's plenty of other streams. Where is that? Okay, stand by. I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you. I will have audio to you in very shortly. Just hang tight with me here. Not that. Not that. Sorry, everybody. Did I blow your eardrums? Did I wake everybody up? Good morning. It's not playing for you, is it? Nope. Let me cancel that. Okay. Let's see what I can get here. Properties. Let me just do this for quickly. My computer is breaking. Hi, 3D print creator. Hello. Whew, trying to get this through this NASA webcast. Is it moving or is it not? It's moving. All right, I have the wrong browser. Still figuring all this out, everybody. You guys are awesome for hanging tight. Properties. 23 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, let me change this to 20 frames per second. Let's get wild. Let me just center it. Almost. Oh, look at Bernie in the lower left. Oh my god, that's so funny. 22 minutes. Yay. Is it working? Play. Play for me. It's supposed to be playing. You guys hear that? It appears to not be moving on the screen, but it is. Streamlabs is weird. See you in a black screen. Yeah. Okay. Still working on my internet speed. My hammer. I know what I can do though. Still 21 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Give me a ring sometime. Oh, good one. I love jokes. Ooh, space jokes. That's a fun one. I don't know where that source is. So this is supposed to be audio capture on Mars, maybe? I don't know why it doesn't move past a certain... Okay, so what I'm going to do here is get rid of that. We're going to go to a black screen for a second. Isn't that nice? Look at how perfect Bernie's head and shoulders fit just right snug up against my YouTube logo. I love it. Not my logo, but the logo. Okay, we are going to pull up another something. Should we go desktop capture? Who wants a desktop capture? You guys ready for some moving around of the screens like normal? Or should we go full screen? Webcam. Wow, boom. Oh no, then I have to rearrange everything. Nah. Turning that off. And then let's get wild with this. There you go. Look, everybody. Here's my desktop. Crazy zoomed in. All right. I got smart. I downloaded the source from the browser. Holla. I don't know if it's actually working. Oh, it's showing. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It just fit right in there. Just so snugly. Yay. Thank you for the follow. I think it was on Facebook or was on Twitch. Guys, can you hear this? Or is it just me? See, this is what I'm talking about. Show me the action. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Oh, yeah. So this is what we're supposed to be witnessing here soon. This is not live. Ooh. I like this. Just need 3D glasses. It's like, oh, wait, that's a drone. I was like, it sounds like bumblebees. Let's get the audio. Woo! Show me the cool stuff. My lips are really chapped. Come in peace, Mars. What did you guys think of that? Now let's watch it happen. How many minutes do we have? Who's on the counter? Shark. Shark is on the countdown. Always on the countdown or count up. So that just looks like Arizona. Obviously with the much thinner atmosphere, extensive UV radiation, not enough oxygen. It's like 9% oxygen. The rest is CO2. 2%. Let's watch that one more time. How does everybody feel about that? Let's do it. I will approve of good renders and visuals. Good job, NASA. Way to spend money in the appropriate places, like making fun visuals that we can all get excited about. Oh, Estelle's chewing my pom-poms. One more time. One more time. Bernie says one more time. Oh, I just realized something. Facebook is... People on Facebook don't get the Bernie memes. $12,000 miles per hour. This is good at Dolby version. Hi. Ooh. 8 + 8 minutes. I love your creativity. Pew, 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 pew. Stella. Hi, Tamar. And just goes and blows up, right, Tamar? 7 minutes? No way. Okay, let's get back there. So fun. Okay, we're going for a desktop capture. All right. Cool. All right, let's get back. So we are ready to go for the event. We've waited this long. What if we missed it? Tamara, I hope you're not offended by me talking crap about NASA. I think the event is very exciting. Or anybody. I hope no one's offended by it, but yeah. Stella, I love you. We've got a fun, explosive propulsion landing to attend to. All right. Let's pull it up over here. NASA Mars landing. Behind the scenes. I had it pulled up and I lost it. Oh, it's on the bottom of this video, but I don't have access to that readily. Wait, YouTube. Whatever, I'll go to my page. All right. NASA. Mars Rover, that's what I typed in. There we go. Okay, coming in hot. It has to be the NASA one or else I will get copyright strike. Duh. Here it is. Come on, internet. You can do it.
To listen to ones and zeros coming from a separate radio that's really designed to talk between spacecraft.
Camera reports the electric radio is powered on, ready to receive signals from the lander.
Okay.
Boom.
MRO is ready and able and waiting for to hear from our rover.
Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has reported that it's ready to receive the signals from Perseverance. It should be in a few minutes here. We're just
Flight local 1
from entry interface.
Can you guys hear it okay? Is it too loud?
We don't need these 1 to 0s, as Swati said, but to land safely, but we really need it for our own health and well-being today to keep our nerves in control. But
around this time, a second spacecraft, Maven, should begin picking up telemetry from Perseverance and will continue to record that telemetry until several minutes post-landing. We won't get that data for several hours after landing as it's being
Why do they
recorded
look
and
confused?
Will be forwarded to Earth later. We are continuing to receive heartbeat tones, indicating that everything is nominal. We're currently at about 3 minutes until entry interface.
Okay, now it's time to get excited. Maybe.
Very soon we'll be getting 1s and 0s, I hope, from our radio on the rover.
They're like, come on. 1s and 0s, 1s and 0s. All servers are made of.
Is nothing more than just an arbitrary place in the sky.
Norman, no. Norman, no. Dance.
From that point on, there's definitely
The streaming sound is nominal.
Atmosphere, and above it.
Thank you.
We are 2 minutes from entry interface. Perseverance
Oh, I am. Thank you.
to transmit.
You guys are helpful. I appreciate it.
So
Thank
the tones
you.
can tell us whether
Gotta
something's
keep
bad
me
or
in
not
check.
happening. So far the heartbeat is doing well. So the vehicle thinks it's in good shape to land.
Thanks.
Which is a great sign.
He sounds really nervous. What if it crashed and then who would go pick it up in 2027? Crazy, huh?
We're just under 2 minutes from entry interface. As it gets closer to Mars, Perseverance is actually being pulled in by gravity and accelerating. By the time
She looks really
Perseverance
concerned.
reaches entry interface point,
I'm not into
it should
it.
be going just under 5.4 kilometers per second. We're at about 90 seconds from entry interface and standing by for Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter to pick up the telemetry.
All right. It's about to get real. I encourage you to turn your headphones down because you know me, I get loud when things get exciting and, you know, when the excitement level is high. They are so nervous. Oh, these poor people. Because you guys did a really great job. Remember the pep talk. Remember the pep talk. Pep talk. Slow thought.
We're 1 minute from entry interface.
Oh! You got it. You guys got it. Come on. You got this. Don't even be nervous, girl. You got this. You got You got this. You got this.
MROs are in receive mode.
We have confirmation that the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter is now
How nervous they are.
relaying
Aw.
data from Perseverance. We're about 30 seconds from entry interface. Perseverance is going
Is she
about
crying?
5.2 kilometers per
Oh.
second and is about 190 kilometers altitude above the surface of Mars. Confirm your jet data flow.
Do we not see it? Oh, that's right. Wait, we can't see it. Do we see it somewhere else?
Seconds from entry interface. 5.3 kilometers per second and an altitude of about 150 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
What? Oh, look at that. Okay, so we're seeing a graphic. This is so friggin' good. I guess I can't. Okay. All right. Here we go. That's the telemetry information at the bottom.
Confirmation of entry interface.
11 minutes
Currently
later.
going 5.3 kilometers per second.
I'll snap for that.
Speed of about 120 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
Here, so I can talk.
It is now waiting until it begins feeling the atmosphere of Mars slow it down. Once there is enough atmosphere, it will start controlling its path to the landing target.
Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe.
Navigation is also confirming that we can see a little bit of that slowdown of the atmosphere on the Perseverance entry capsule.
Thank you for the super chat.
Our current velocity is about 5.36 kilometers per second and an altitude of about 67 kilometers from the surface.
We are probably seeing MRO plasma blackout at this point.
Now they're getting a small taste of what Elon goes through. For anyone that yells at me in the comments for talking over the stream, there's closed captioning on, okay?
Right now.
It's cut off.
Has lost luck.
I'm going to fight you if you
Perseverance.
comment about it.
We have indications that Perseverance is now performing bank reversals in the atmosphere. These are the steps in order to control its distance to the landing target. Perseverance has just passed through the point of maximum deceleration and has indicated that it felt approximately 10 Earth G's of deceleration.
Good.
MRO has lock again.
It's got to get down to 2 miles per hour. Yes, they're saying yes.
We saw a small outage of the UHF telemetry from Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter during that peak heating phase, likely caused by the plasma blackout. Perseverance is still continuing to perform bank reversals in the atmosphere to control its distance to the landing target.
What do they do after they finish this? Do they have another project? Elon does this like every 2 weeks. It's just different. It's different.
Perseverance is going about 1 kilometers per second at an altitude of about 16 kilometers from the surface of Mars. We have entered heading alignment, which means Perseverance is no longer trying to control the distance to Mars, but to the target on Mars, but instead is flying straight to the target.
Finish what? I know, right? Finish this bottle. I have captions on for anybody who can't hear her talking, okay? It's either that or the telemetry readings. Can't have it all. I know I'm being a little spicy on this stream, but I'm a little frustrated from the comments. People are jerks. And I don't even like to say that. All right. When do we get to see it?
Our current velocity is about 550 meters per second and an altitude of about 15 kilometers from the surface.
It's like Starship, almost. Double mast. I like that guy.
MRO is reporting good telemetry log.
Nominal.
We are coming
Look at that guy's laptop screen with the girl on it. Do you see it on the lower left?
Where the spacecraft will jettison
Where it's
the
like-
entry balance masses in preparation for parachute deploy and to roll over to give the radar a better look at the ground.
Woo!
The navigation has
Look, she's crying. Is she crying? Yay!
against deceleration in the velocity. Our
This
current
is so different
velocity
from all the man sweat at
meters per second
SpaceX.
at an altitude of about 12 kilometers from
clean.
the surface of Mars.
I love the photographer. Good job, you guys.
Perseverance is now slowed to subsonic speeds, and the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the radar and the cameras to get their first look at the surface. Current velocity is 145 meters per second at an altitude of about 9.5 kilometers above the surface.
Are those captions annoying? I'm going to turn them off. They're driving me nuts. Sorry, you guys are going to deal. For anyone who's frustrated. You can do it! This is the nicest mission control I've ever seen in my life. Oops.
Yes. Yes.
Perseverance now has radar lock on the ground. Current
Hey!
is about 100 meters per second.
Woo!
Kilometers of the surface.
You guys remember, turn your headphones down.
Perseverance is
Hi,
continuing
Morvers.
to descend on the parachute. We are coming up on the initialization of terrain relative navigation, and
I know my internet's slow nonstick. Thank you for the reminder.
Is about 90 meters per second at an altitude of 4.2 kilometers.
She's so sweet. Oh, she looks so concerned.
We have confirmation that the lander vision system has produced a valid solution.
Woo!
Terrain relative navigation.
Come on, square 4545. That's what I chose on the little
We have
chart.
timing of the landing engines.
What a sleepy atmosphere.
Current velocity is 83 meters per second at about 2.6 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
Woo!
The backshell has separated.
Oh my gosh, it's
We are
getting
currently
exciting.
Performing the divert maneuver.
Ah!
Current velocity is about 75 meters per second at an altitude of about a kilometer off the surface of Mars.
Yay! Good job! Honk
We
honk!
have completed our terrain relative navigation. Current speed is about 30 meters per second, altitude of about 300 meters off the surface of Mars.
Woo! That's exciting, right? Is everybody excited? Like, is this big?
We have started our constant velocity accordion, which means we are conducting the sky.
Thank you, Nunstick, for the super chat that I started choking.
We've lost direct to Earth tones.
Oh, camera.
As expected.
Sky crane maneuver has started. About 20 meters
Look
off the
outside.
surface.
Why is everybody so quiet? Is it because there's young people and older people working in the same room?
Good. Touchdown confirmed.
They celebrate differently than
On
SpaceX.
the way to safe distance. Perseverance is continuing to transmit direct through Mars orbiter to Earth.
So what next? What do they do? What's their next project? What do all these people work on next? Is what I'm curious about.
Oh my god. Oh.
How long did it take them to build this? How long has this project been going on? That guy's pants are really tight. I'm not complaining, but they're tight.
He got it.
Touchdown confirmed. We're going to wait for the images.
Congratulations to everybody at NASA right there that helped make this happen.
Beside themselves. It's
Oxygen
so
for the
surreal.
first time in a long
Stay tuned. We
time.
might get some pictures.
Good job, everybody.
So much has been riding on this.
Yeah, we just heard the news that Perseverance is alive on the surface of Mars.
Okay, so should we watch that animation again since that part's over? Is there anything else? They're gonna.
We've seen the completion of EDL 3000.
All right. Good job, everybody. Way to hang tight with me there. Let's spicing this up a little bit. Let's end this on a good note. How's that sound? Let's end this by watching a compilation video that somebody created from SN9 Starship. Ready? Here we go. I know. I'm switching gears just a little bit. I just want to end it on a little higher tone. Okay. Thank you. Shout out to the person that did this. I forget their name right now on YouTube, but I want to say it's like something 101. Anyways, they compiled a bunch of reactions and I made the cut. So we're on my stream. We're going to watch it. How's that sound? Great? Great. If you don't want to stay, that's cool. But thank you for hanging out.
Indeed, yes. Under 2 minutes, counting.
Ooh, we got to fix this browser. Oh, pictures from Rover? They said maybe.
Copy activity. That is as expected.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Flight, I'll be moving in, showing you the safe zone that we've landed in.
There we go. Okay. Good job.
The team has just put the first image from Perseverance on the surface of Mars. Now, it comes from the engineering cameras, known as the hazard camera. This camera is mainly used to help the rover drive safely around Mars, and we will get higher resolution photos later in the day.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. You can see the shadow. All right, I'll take it.
This is amazing.
Is that the image? Is there more?
Steve, stand by for Steve.
Stand by for Steve. Area 51. Color pictures will come. Cool. He's got his tight pants on.
You did. You led the team. You made it happen. Congratulations.
That makes sense. Hi, Carl Fenton. You did it, Steve. In tight pants.
Got our second image in.
Yay! Oh, there's images. Okay. Woo! Sorry, everybody. This is exciting.
Okay, these
Didn't mean to make it about
the
me.
Front and rear of the spacecraft. They're near the ground, so these are pretty close. You can see the wheels there, and they're a little dirty because we've got glass covers over these cameras. But we took these seconds after landing, so there's still dust in the air from our landing event. So this is happening. This happened just seconds ago. Just arrived, and this is really amazing.
Cool.
And, we even know where we landed. This is the most amazing thing.
Where did they land?
Where it's landed because it figured it out. This is a sign. NASA works. NASA works. And when we put our arms together and our hands together and our brains together, we can succeed. This is what NASA does. This is what we can do as a country. On all of the problems we have, we need to work together to do these kinds of things and make success happen.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself. Good job, you guys.
Joining us now is the acting administrator of NASA, Steve Jurisic. Steve, welcome and congratulations.
Hey, thank you. What an amazing day.
How does it feel to have another rover on Mars?
It's amazing.
Good job, Steve.
Perseverance joined Curiosity on Mars, and what just a credit to the team. I mean, just what an amazing team to work through all the adversity that goes and all the challenges that go with landing a rover on Mars, plus the challenges of COVID, and just an amazing accomplishment.
It must be true.
And what does this mean for NASA
I'm glad
and
it's
its
a huge
future
deal.
plans?
Yay.
So for robotic exploration, every time we execute a mission with new instruments, we discover new things and things we never thought we would discover. So that always informs our future robotic missions, both landers, rovers, and orbiters. This mission also has technology on it. One of the cool things is the Ingenuity helicopter.
Am I missing something? I'm feeling a bit, not sad, but like, I guess I was expecting like something different, not from them. That was cool. Good job, you guys. That's a great mission. But SpaceX has been doing this not on Mars, but they are going to get to orbit this year with Starship, says Elon Musk in the interview. And then he said 2 to 5 years, they'll have people going to Mars, start to build a colonization. I think I am used to the SpaceX stuff, and I sound bratty, but I didn't grow up with NASA regular spaceflight happening. I was too young to appreciate it. Underwhelming. Yes, thank you. That was the word. So I expecting aliens, something. So I apologize if I talked crap throughout the stream, and if I wasn't hyping it quite as much as you guys were feeling. I'm sorry. Maybe I wasn't the best choice for this to come listen. But I did give other options in the description, so I did have a disclaimer in there. So I hope you're not disappointed. It's not my typical stream, but I'm really glad. Tamar, thank you for suggesting this to me. This is great. It was great with you. Oh. Okay, you agree with me. Is it? Okay, cool. So do you want to listen to him, or do you guys want to end the stream? I just want everybody to know, like, this is, yeah.
It's an experiment on.
Is there any other cool stuff we can watch?
If it's successful, we can use it as an
More kids talking, right?
observation platform by putting instruments on it, and also use it as a scout.
I feel like I'm not grateful, but
Rover missions.
More kids after the landing.
And then just the intercept and landing capability. It'll allow us to land more larger, more ambitious robots on the surface of Mars.
Like Starship?
For human exploration,
thanks, Chris Hans.
The Mars Intercept and Landing Instrumentation, which is going to give us EDL information. We have the Mars
EDL, electronic dense lights. I don't know. Okay, good job, everybody. You guys, this is available on NASA. It's still streaming. Go check it out if you want to see it. I think I actually have the description, link to the description. It's been 2 hours, 15 minutes. I'm spent, you guys. I have some editing I want to finish up from Starship, but I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Thank you all so much for the super chats. Thank you for your patience. Sorry I broke eardrums earlier. I hope you guys aren't discouraged for coming back on another stream. This was not a typical stream. But stay tuned for SN10 updates, Starship. You guys know I get carried away during those. So I'll see you on the next one of those. Everybody, thank you so much. Sorry again for blowing your eardrums. I feel badly. Out of my control at that point. Bye, everybody. Mwah. If you're new, hit the subscribe button if you're not deterred. And for anybody that didn't understand Bernie Sanders, I forgot that this streams to my Facebook. Facebook doesn't... My peeps on Facebook, I think for the most part, they haven't seen the memes of Bernie mittens. Because if they're like me, they grew up in the Midwest and they live under a rock, and I still do. So it's not a political thing. It's just a picture that was taken of Bernie Sanders at the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, of him with his mittens crossed, and he just looks like the sweetest old grandpa, like sweetest, just with his mask, and it turned into a viral meme. So if you haven't seen it, go Google Bernie meme, Bernie Sanders meme, Bernie viral, all that stuff. It's nothing to do with politics. So just, Facebook users don't get jokes, right? I always forget that to turn off stream to Facebook for certain things. This would have been a really good one to not stream to Facebook. Just because, users over there are different. It's still streaming there though. Hi, Facebook. No one watches it there anyways. So love you all. I'll see you on the next stream. Jessica Kirsh here. Hit subscribe, like, thumbs down. Tell me how much you hated me talking over stuff, but you're going to get it back. So you mess with the bull, you get the horns. I'm in a feisty mood. Bye, Tamar. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next stream. I'm going to go get some sleep. Bye.